All right. So welcome, everybody. I am Trishong Chardy. I am a graduate assistant at the University of Maryland Career Center, and this is our How to Find an Internship workshop. So thank you for joining today. Like I said, want to be very respectful of your time and end by 1:45. So hopefully it will be informative, but also not too drawn out, and try to make it as interactive as possible. This is our agenda for today about what we're going to discuss, talking about the considerations when looking for an internship, where to find an internship, some resources, talking about specific UMD resources, and then also talking about vetting internships. So first off, I like to just get a sense of who is in the room. So if people don't mind just typing in the chat box what school you're representing. So if you're a major in BSOS, RHU, AGNR, Smith School, I just like to get a sense of who's in the room. Wow, lots of BSOS people. Did you all find out about this event from the blog, the undergraduate blog? Yes, go blog, I love it. CMNS, public health, love it. Yes, email, love it. And how about class year? First year, second years, master's students? Awesome. Great. Great variety here. Thank you all for sharing. And then I also like to get a sense of who's had an internship before. Somewhat. Oh, interesting. Okay, a couple folks have had internships. Great. Cool. Seems like we've got a good variety of class years, a lot of BSOS representation. Some people have had internships and some who haven't. Okay. So hopefully that there will be something for everybody in this presentation. So starting off, we're talking about considerations when looking for an internship. I know it's really easy when you feel like everybody's telling you need to get an internship to be successful, to be more competitive in the job market, to just apply to anything out there that is called an internship. But we also want it to be a productive and fruitful experience for you too. So it does help to put some parameters or filters when you're looking for an internship. So if I could get you all to help me out and just brainstorm some things in the chat about what are you considering when you're looking for an internship? What are some parameters or filters that you're placing on your search? We want to cast a wide net, but we also, like I said, don't want to just apply for anything, right? So what are you thinking about? And I left this slide blank so that I can just type what you all suggest. I see location. Can I get credit? Workplace, culture. I see summer, so time period, paid versus unpaid. Yeah. How will it translate? So related to field of study. Anything else? I think I got everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. This is a really great list. Thank you all. So if some of these are things that you hadn't thought about already, please definitely think about them because these things do matter. Again, it's very easy to just want to cast a wide net and apply to anything to try to get an internship, but put some parameters on your search and think about what do you care about? Does it matter if it's paid or not? Does it matter if it's related to your major, or is it more about the job function you get to do? Do you care about working at a big company versus a small company? Thinking about workplace culture and how you fit in. Is there a path to full-time employment? And I know location is very interesting because obviously a lot of internships nowadays are going to be remote, but it could still be important to you to think about where it's located because that might make a difference when it comes to time zones or if you decide to ever move there. Location is still important, but it may be a little bit more open now in this remote environment we're in. Awesome. Thank you. So for the next activity, I want to ask you all, for some of you especially who've already had internships, where did you find your internship? What are some resources that you're already coming in with? Where do you already know to look? Where are these so-called internships? The internet, the streets? Yeah, definitely your networks. And I think people forget that your network is not just your professional network, but it's also your personal network, your family, your friends, your classmates, your roommate's father, your roommate's father's brother's sister's second ex-wife, whatever that may be. You've got access to TAs, professors. LinkedIn, yeah, LinkedIn's a really good resource. Indeed, ZipRecruiter. Yes, Careers for Terps. For those who don't know, Careers for Terps is our internship job database for UMD students. All UMD students have access to it, so we do post internship opportunities there. And if you are in the Smith School, they also have one for the Smith students. And then if you're in engineering, they have engineers for, or careers for engineers. So if you are a Smith or an engineering student, you have access to both the broader Careers for Terps as well as your specific platform. Where else? Where else can we find internships? How did the BSOS people find out about this workshop? Mm-hmm. Yeah, company websites, just going directly to companies that you're interested in and seeing if they have an internship page. Mm-hmm. Has anybody used Idealist before? Idealist? Oh, nobody. So this is great. Great resource I will show you all. So for those who don't know, Idealist is kind of like Indeed, except it is specific to nonprofits. So you can find jobs, internships, volunteer positions, and it's specific to nonprofits. And what I really like about Idealist is that you can search by issue area. So if you care about a particular issue, you know, education, climate change, immigration, what have you, you can search by that. If you're looking for an organization whose mission you really care about, or you can also look by job function. So nonprofits are like for-profits in that they need people of all different backgrounds and areas too. So they also need accountants. They also need social media and PR people. They also need people who can do database administration or event planning. So what I like about nonprofits and Idealist is you can search by also different functional areas. So you can see here, there's like marketing, research, human resources, development, fundraising. So I definitely want to highlight Idealist. Anybody interested in interning abroad, interning outside of the US? So then I would recommend to you Going Global. Going Global. And this is really great for people who are interested in jobs and internships in other countries. You can search by location, you can search by keywords. You can also look up country and city guides, and that's also in the US as well. So if you want to know what is it like to live in Shanghai, China, what is it like to live in Buenos Aires, Argentina, you can also look at the country guides. So I wanted to mention Going Global. Anybody interested in government jobs? Maybe working for the government? What resources do you know about for the government, for government jobs? USA Jobs, Go Government, yeah, the Pathways program. Great. Anything else? This is a pretty good list. This is a pretty good list. Lots of, yeah. You can sign up for newsletters for both your department, for your major, for from a particular agency that you're interested in. Yeah, this is a good list. Awesome. So hopefully you have a new resource that you hadn't thought of before here. And this is a little bit more general. This is a lot of external resources, a couple of which are UMD specific. But now I want to get into more of the UMD resources. All right. So on the UMD Career Center website, we have created a page called Strategies for Navigating During COVID-19, because we know that obviously the pandemic has affected all industries in different ways. So we've compiled a bunch of resources on this page, which you can find on our front page of the UMD Career Center website here. And we've put together industry trends, articles, job search sites to help you navigate the job and internship during this interesting, unprecedented, insert whatever adjective you like, time. The two resources I would like to highlight from this page that I like in particular are coveintern.com, which is a website that has actually sprung up in response to COVID-19, and it's a database of remote internships. And some of the websites you all have already listed. Oh, we forgot to list Glassdoor. Let me put that back on the list for those who don't know. Glassdoor, for those who don't know, is kind of like a Yelp for companies. So it's a place where people will post reviews about the company, salaries, interview questions they were asked, when they interviewed with a company. So it's a really good place to get some insight on what is it like to work at a place, as well as they have job postings. But some of the websites we talked about, USA Jobs, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, have created job boards specifically putting together postings that have emerged in response to COVID-19. CoVIntern was a very specific one, but some of the existing ones have also created their own COVID jobs page. I also wanted to highlight these hiring trends from Candor, and it's showing both by company and also by industry, kind of decreasing hiring, who's postponing or freezing, since we know that, some internship opportunities had to be converted or canceled entirely. So this can give you a sense of places that are hiring, places that are laying off, like I said, by specific company, but also by industries, because we know some industries like hospitality and travel have been hit harder by the pandemic, but then others have had actually needs created because of certain demands caused by the pandemic, such as medical devices, health, tech, financial services. So those are just two resources I wanted to point out. But like I said, this page has overall been created compiling a bunch of different resources to help you navigate your job and internship search. Another UMD specific resource I wanted to mention was how to financially support your internship and how to receive academic credit. I know some people mentioned that, monetary compensation and academic credit might be something that they're considering as they're looking for an internship opportunity. And so we wanted to provide you with some resources about how to receive academic credit, maybe through your department, maybe through the school, and also a couple of different resources to fund your internship. So I believe RHU students and also BSOS students, there is scholarship money available for people who have unpaid internships. And then the Career Center itself also offers a scholarship. I want to say ours is over the summer, and it is for government and nonprofit unpaid internships. So definitely look into that and look into your specific department or major and see if they offer any funding around unpaid internships. And then I also wanted to show you all our events calendar. Public policy offers funding. Thank you for sharing, Marcus. Good to know. And I also wanted to mention that those are not either or, like you can get financial compensation and you can get academic credit for an internship. So you can get both for the same internship. And then lastly, well, almost lastly, I wanted to show you our events calendar. So as some of you may know, we have a couple of career fairs coming up, actually. We have our general career fair through the General UMD Career Center, which is, I believe, September 22nd through 24th, and that is 3 days long, but you don't have to go each day. You can take a look at who is coming each day and strategize when you want to participate or not. Let's see. Yeah. All of our events are going to be virtual this semester, so you can learn more about what that's going to look like and the different platforms within each event description. In addition to our big kind of general career fair, there's also a lot of school-specific and niche career fairs. For example, there's a business career fair, which I think is specific to business students. There's going to be a computer science career fair this month as well. There's also going to be an applied economics career networking fair, which is open to all majors. I believe the School of Public Health is going to have a career fair either this month or next month. I also believe next month we have a language career fair. So for people who are multilingual, interested in working in multilingual environments, maybe teaching English in another country, there's that career fair. And in the spring, we also have an education career fair. And I think there's also an architecture landscape or urban development real estate career fair. So we have a lot of career fairs. We have that kind of big 3-day one with over 100 employers, but we also have a lot of niche career fairs too for some of our other schools or more specific majors or industries. But I also wanted to make sure that you're aware of, in addition to our career fairs, we also have a lot of smaller and other kind of events with employers that can be a little bit more intimate and less overwhelming than the typical career fair. So this is honestly the month of September alone. Like, I swear, every day we have an event. So we'll have things like coffee chats with a specific company. We'll do information sessions, panels. You also have workshops like this one. So for example, for those who haven't used USA Jobs before and would like some help navigating it, there was a workshop earlier today. Here's my workshop. Right now, there's also this Women in Technology Roundtable discussion with Fannie Mae. So you can see, like, there's a bunch of stuff. So I want you to definitely take advantage of some of those smaller events as well. And this can be a mix of information gathering, recruiting for actual positions, and just meeting people. If your network doesn't already reach some of these places, if you don't know anybody in banking, if you don't know anybody in the government, what have you, this can be a good way to attend an event where we've already set it up for you to meet people. If you'd like, you can subscribe to our newsletter at the bottom. So you can get these events sent to you if you don't want to check the website every day. And you should also generally be receiving emails from your career advisor through your specific school. We have a career advisor located in almost every school, and so they often send out weekly or biweekly newsletters. And then I just wanted to remind you all that we're here for you every step of the way in your internship search, whether that's I found an internship and I'm going to apply, or I received an internship, or I received multiple internship offers and I can't figure out which one to choose, or I found internships I'm interested in, but I don't feel comfortable with sending in my resume as is, or I got an internship interview and I've never interviewed before. So we're here with you no matter what part of the search you're in. So I just want to share a couple of our other resources for you. So you can do one-on-one appointments with any of our career advisors, including myself. And we also have about 15 to 20 other people on staff that you can do one-on-one appointments with. We have workshops like this one. And we also have workshops on things like how to interview for a case interview, how to interview for a technical interview, some of those more niche interviews, how to do a panel interview, how to maximize your LinkedIn, how to edit your LinkedIn to make it appealing to employers. So we also have a host of workshops on different topics, such as this one. We also do resume reviews with our undergraduate peer career educators from 3 to 5 p.m. every day. So you can do your resume review in a one-on-one appointment, but you can also do it 3 to 5 p.m. every day with our undergraduate peer career educators as well. And then we also offer mock interviews if you ever want to practice before you go into your real interview. So anything you want to talk about in a one-on-one appointment is totally, on limits, if that's a word, on limits. So if you want to talk about, I just don't know what I'm doing and I don't even know where to start, that's fine too. We are here for you. And then the last thing I just wanted to cover is vetting internships. Like we discussed at the beginning, there's a lot of considerations you want to think about before applying to an internship. There's a lot out there, even if you just Google internships and see what you get. But we also want to make sure that you're applying to something that's legitimate and is going to be helpful to you. And unfortunately, there are a lot of scam internships out there. So these are just a couple of tips to help you vet those internships that might be, illegitimate or trying to prey on you. So easy thing to do, of course, is Google the company. Is this a real company? Does it have reviews? Is it in the news? Do they have a real website that looks professional? If you need to pay for the internship in any way, that's probably a red flag. If, they're asking you to pay for the training or onboarding, or you have to buy a manual or something like that, that's probably a red flag. If they don't ask for a resume or an interview, they just kind of give you the job, that's also another reason to be concerned if they're not vetting you. If the job description is vague, if you can't really figure out what they want you to do, that might be another red flag. Typos, just unprofessional messaging, kind of like when you get those scam emails that are, very misspelled and messy. If the email is maybe unaffiliated with the company, so, anybody can create a Gmail or a Hotmail or what have you. So, if it's at edu, if it's an at gov, those are good signs. If it's actually with a company, at Deloitte, at M&T Bank, what have you. And then lastly, just trust your gut. If you are looking at a posting and you're like, this looks fake, it might just be fake. So at the end of the day, just trust your gut. And if you're really uncertain, you are also welcome to talk about that with one of our career advisors. Like, okay, I found this position. It looks really interesting, but I can't tell if it's too good to be true or not. So just also wanted to put that out there that there's a lot of opportunities out there, but there's also a lot of scams out there. So we just want you to do your due diligence and vet those properly. If you came in late or you forgot to put in your UID to this kiosk, I'm just putting the link back here, and I will resend it in the chat. But that's all I have for you all today. So again, we talked through considerations when looking for an internship. So you all gave me a bunch of great things to consider. Where is it located? Can I get paid? Can I get academic credit? Can I get both? What time period? Can I do a summer internship? Can I do a semester internship, a year-long internship, maybe just 1 month over the winter break? Nonprofit versus for-profit, big company, medium, startup, as well as you all gave a bunch of good ideas about where to find an internship, and also gave a couple of additional resources you might not have known about, and also some UMD-specific resources. And just reminding you that we're here for you, whatever you need. If you want to get your resume looked at, if you want to show us a job posting and help you figure out if it's a scam or not, if it's too good to be true, if you got a bunch of internship offers and you can't decide, and you want to talk through that with somebody. So that's all I have for you all. Like I said, I wanted it to be informative, but also not take up too much of your time. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. Oh, one more resource I just thought about that you might be interested in. Is anybody interested in research? So if you all didn't know, there's a website, ugresearch.umd.edu, where you can search for research opportunities. So you can see some research postings. So I just wanted to make a mention of that too, for people who might be looking for research internships. All right, well, if there are no more questions, I am going to end the recording, but I will stay on if people have